Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Trekyards Mission Briefing, your weekly Wednesday dose of Trek discussion. But it's not just Trek, it's Trek ships, and you love Trek ships. We love Trek ships. But you know what we also love? Little Trek ships. What are we doing today, Stuart?
Well, today I'm excited, and it's for a very strange reason. You just mentioned little Trek ships, and this one's ginormously huge. And I'm going to play with it, because you don't have one for a change. I'm in charge. I got the toy. I'm gonna fly and do the Samuel. Da, da, da. We're doing the Type 6 shuttle today, guys. Check this out. A lot of people have this. This is the Playmates one.
It's big.
Ooh, it is. Cool. It's amazing.
Anyway, so Type 6 shuttle, the famous, definitive TNG shuttle, fair to say, do you think?
I would say so.
But let's go back. So you obviously watched TNG live when it came out. I obviously saw it after the fact. What was your first? Yes, you are. What was your first reaction to the Type 6 when you saw it? Can you remember? And yeah,
I thought it was amazing. It was definitely the next generation of shuttlecraft. I think it's very sleek looking. I'm stealing your lines too for this one. It's sleek.
Yes.
It's interesting and it works. Those are all Samuel things to say.
Yes. Well, I'm going to steal your lines. I love TOS. It needs more battle. It needs a third nacelle. It should be a dreadnought shuttle.
Oh my god. I think I would probably say it's a natural progression from the Type F shuttle that we see in TOS. And it's the evolution of that, I think. Roughly the same size. So...
Yeah, I mean, we've obviously seen two previous shuttles in TNG. The really, really, really small one, which is based on the fact they wanted to build a real shuttle. They couldn't afford much, so they built a little titsy one. And then the much bigger, with very rounded edges, this is the evolution of that. But it is worth saying that really this shuttle is the... Well, yes, I know you're going to show me that. Yeah, which
Here's the little... That's the Type 15. That's
Dinky.
the two-person little Honda
Shuttle
Civic.
pod. Isn't that a shuttle pod, technically?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. It is worth saying that this Type 6 is really, in all fairness, this is a cut-down version of the Star Trek V shuttle, which was built as a full-scale prop for that movie as an important part of the storyline. They just cut a whole load, redesigned a few bits, put on newer engines, and then sort of there you go, which is fine. Before I say what I thought of the original design, which do you prefer, the Type 5 or the Star Trek 5 or this version?
Well, the one from Star Trek V is very nice, and again, a great progression. Just the next refit step for the Type F shuttle from the TOS. But I think I prefer this one. It just it looks a lot nicer. It just looks more
balanced, which is weird because it's so fat.
Yeah, it's not as long as well, which I think would be a great idea for a shuttle bay. You need room in there to more shuttles, right? So reduce the size a little bit. You're not really losing much. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've for TNG has always been in my life, so this has always been the shuttle. I seem to remember more a case of watching then the older episodes and thinking, wow, this is a really bad early design, because this was always the one I remembered. I mean, you know, seeing it in the Scotty episode. You know, big deal, the big beauty shot in that episode, which this still might be from, and then when Worf goes out and sees all the other Enterprise, I remember it being a big thing in that episode too. So this has always been the definitive, and for me, this is a shuttle I would totally own. Like, it's very functional, it's robust, it's just enough space. It's sort of clunky, but not really. It's got a great little in between because you can see it as an advanced functional machine. But it has the bulk to be a very workhorse. Like, this isn't the Aero shuttle. This isn't the Delta Flyer. This is the workhorse, and it really suits that. And it's simple, but it works. So I've always liked this design. And it wasn't this shuttle. Was it the shuttle that you said was the camper van, the kids van that was at the runabout?
That's the runabout. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But I would thought you'd think for this ship the same thing because it's very bulky. But nice to hear you like it.
It's too streamlined and sleek looking to be the minivan.
That minivan, there you go. Yeah, one thing I love about this set, because it's actually a set, you know, the doors open and you walk in and everything's there. I mean, I would love to have been on TNG, because I've heard a story from someone who was on the set. I can't do that on my models. Oh, wow. Oh, there's a seatbelt. That's cool. I remember a story from one of the cast members who was a big fan, or even Larry Nemechek, I can't remember who did the story, who was walking on TNG sets, and obviously you do see some of the lighting rig and the camera, and just like when you went to Ticonderoga, you know, the paint cans, you get broken out of the illusion. But when they walked on the corridor into this room, which is a full 360, it's no ceiling, but you know what I mean, and then walk into this ship, you've got a set inside a set. When you walk from a TNG set into the full shuttle, he was transported. Pardon the pun. So I would love to have done that. I think that'd be an incredible experience. So I just love this design.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Well, let's move on to the next picture. And this is just a classic side view of it. It's almost the perfect shuttle design. It could stand to be slightly longer, maybe not quite as long as the Star Trek V one.
Well, you've got to ask, what is it functionally there for? Because it really is just a control space and a single room, which you can put people in, put some storage in. Like, it really is just, it's almost just like a work bee, but a bit bigger. You know what I mean? Like, it's not. I've never thought shuttles were great for long range. You know, when the runabouts were there in DS9, I never felt that was a good defense or a good way of traveling people around. I mean, I'm sorry, but Warp 5 is not a good way of... It's not a good speed, and obviously being going claustrophobic. I know cars are obviously that small, but you're talking about far greater distances. So what is the real functionality purpose of this? You've only got a room. There's no bed. I mean, you know, I've always wondered about that. The shuttle that, for example, Wesley and Picard, when they go to get his heart, that feels like a bigger shuttle. Yeah, there's like a bunk space.
It does, yeah.
So I don't know about this and compared to that, but it's... I don't know, what do you think functionally it's... Like, what do you think it was designed for?
This is for going to the store. This is driving down to the planet and picking up a bag of milk. You know, it's
sorry, a bag of milk?
We're in Canada. It comes in bags.
Okay.
Look it up on Google.
Okay.
I'm just saying. It freaks everybody out. But anyway, no, this is just for doing those quick hops or to shuttle someone from place to place, as it were.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is perfect for that. That's exactly what it does. It's just basically a car. It gets you from point A to point B. And it's not really meant for long trips, I don't think. So,
I mean, obviously, it's a secondary... If you're happy to spend a week traveling, I mean, obviously you've traveled to conventions like Wonderfest, and you're driving for 12 hours. So obviously you can't 8. So obviously you can do that massive hop, but it's not designed for that sort of thing. What do you think about the engines? Because I keep getting drawn to the engines. I like the continuity really between the TNG style, because they're very big, sort of chunky, but you've got those grillings. There's those sort of goldy bits, and then the blue, and it's just like that's the TNG nacelle just shrunk down neatly.
Yeah, they're beautiful. I would like even upscale to a starship size with that look. I think would be great with no bizarre collectors, so to speak of. Really, like there's little bits here that are probably do the same function, but they're not colored red. Yeah, it's also a great looking like hypo spray or phaser. You can see it. You can see it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just a great look, and it does tie into like the hypo spray and stuff, because this was designed by Rick as well. Which actually, let's move on to the next picture, because that's his production.
Oh, I've not seen this before. Oh, that's interesting. Well, okay, you tell me what you think first. I want to
know. The engines seem a little oversized on this one, but I love the way that they're kind of sitting higher, or the main body's sitting lower, I guess, between the nacelles. Actually, this says to replace difficult first season shuttlecraft. But I think that might be that ugly, huge...
Yeah, it's the shuttle pod. They just retroactively called it a shuttle pod, didn't they?
Yeah. But, I don't know. This is cool. I haven't really had a chance to look at this yet, so...
It's definitely feels bigger. There's obviously, it does say in it aft hatch. I mean, obviously this goes into the TNG one we know and love. So it has that aft door, but it also has a side door. I get the feeling that you could almost have 2 rooms in that, like a bunk and then a storage. Potentially.
I also get the feeling that we're going more for like a Type F shuttlecraft from TOS with this one, just with the placement of that side door and the step down onto the engine. It's pretty much exactly the same as far as that goes. I've also noticed that this has phaser strips on the front and the side as well. So it's a more heavily armored one, or armed one.
I mean, I kind of like this. This feels more like the luxury liner version of the Shuttle. You know what I mean? Like this is the private version. It has a good little double bed in the back. You know, you've got your workspace, you've got desk, double bed. You're comfortable. You might actually take this out for a few days. And
this seems more like the one like when you said Wesley and Picard went to get his heart. More of the room that had.
It's interesting though. They go from very, because I know Andrew Probert designed that one, very gentle curves. Obviously Rick far more. They're not points, but it's harder curves. It's far more
aggressive.
Yeah, and it's interesting to see why they would go from one to the next evolutionary. I don't know why they would, but it still works. What do you think about the detailing on the top? I mean, I don't know what it would do. Maybe it's another one of those. I mean, obviously, where's the warp core?
Well, it'll be like the runabout. It has the horizontal warp core that runs along the top, kind of thing. I think it's cool. This one has like a little thing here.
Oh, okay, right.
It's not very big, and I think that would probably be the same thing in this one. So I like that it's bulked out a bit more in that one.
Yeah, I kind of like it. It feels more functional. It really does. Although, why need a side door and an aft door necessarily? I don't know. It's got removable warp engines. It's got 6 to 8 crew. Yeah, I mean that's a really cool design. I would like to see this actually. I'd like to see a version of this. Yeah,
I agree.
The next photo is a side view with little detail things from Star Trek Unnamed. Thank you, Star Trek Unnamed. Yeah.
RCS thrusters here, and they're same color as on the refit, the yellow color.
I hadn't even seen those.
Back here too. So
nice.
Nice detail you really don't see on shuttles. The Type F didn't really have them, so.
Yeah, I think they might have been taken off after the fact.
There was no RCS. There's no RCS thrusters on TOS Enterprise either, so that was visible.
Yeah.
But
cool.
And this does say phaser array on the top of the engine. That's what that is.
Oh, well, I mean, it does have weapons. We have seen it shoot stuff before, so.
Yeah.
Cool.
And the next picture is the front and back, just real quick.
Certainly feels.
Sorry. I love that shape from the front. I just think it looks so cool. I don't know what it is about it.
Yeah, those two. Well, the impulse engines. I mean, otherwise it feels so boxy, but having that other curve really gives it something, gives it a personality. Yeah. That's perfect. It's a perfect way to implement impulse engines. And like I say, obviously this is. Do you think then what happened was Rick submitted the previous concept sketch and they said, "Hey, we've got this Star Trek 5 shuttle we're going to get in 2 weeks. Let's put an amalgam of the two." Do you think?
Possibly. That's how a lot of production meetings go. These are the assets we have. This is what you've designed. We can definitely meld these into one thing.
How many thousands of dollars is it to build a full shuttle set? There's a reason fan films don't really have any. How much would I know the occasional I've built parts of shuttle sets, but I mean, you can do dozens of fan films and just a Type 6 shuttle. I would love to just sit in there and watch TV on the view screen. It'd be a great little set to.
It would be.
So reusing is very important. But the next photo is good old fan orthos. Is it just me? It's a very, very dark shot. I don't know why it's so dark, but at the bottom, those engines are really into the. I mean, they're attached at the bottom part. I really don't think that's where they're attached. Yeah,
Yeah, they're too close together, and the back end here is totally different at the bottom there.
Yeah, so it's obviously a fan model. Take that for what it is, but we obviously look at these for the
dimensions and whatnot.
Yeah, just what people have fan generated in terms of information.
Normal cruise warp 1, maximum cruise warp 1.1. That doesn't sound right to me.
That sounds utter nonsense.
I think warp 5 was the maximum or something like that.
Yeah, I would have said 5 or cruising 4. Absolutely. I mean, warp 1 is not even speed. I mean, that's like Phoenix level speed. I mean, that's barely doing anything. I mean,
that's like setting your car in idle and just letting it roll.
Yeah, it really is though. There's a reason why the NX-1 was such the first exploration ship, because the Warp 5 engine, it's an exponential curve. That sudden boost let you go to Kronos in 3 weeks. Warp 1, well, although to be fair though, that would prove our point if this shouldn't be used to traverse any distance. That said, we've seen, Scotty, okay, I'm going to take the shuttle and go to Risa at Warp 1, even though technically if the D took us there at Warp 9, I'd get there in 2 days. I'll take 16 months. Hey, I'm Scotty. That doesn't... It must be faster.
Well, I think this might be a different version, because it says crew 1 plus 6 passengers in standard model, or 2 in diplomatic model. So it could be the diplomatic model has more of like a comfortable seating area in the back with a table, to host diplomatic guests. And this has different detailing on the top as well. This isn't there on this one.
The problem with that, though, is I think the runabout is that role. I mean, in terms of having a table, in terms of having an actual space, yes. You wouldn't ever do diplomacy in this shuttle. I mean, I think we've argued this earlier in the episode. This is to ferry people. Obviously, you could just chuck a table in there, you could chuck a bed in there.
If you're gonna ferry up somebody that doesn't want to be transported from a planet, a dignitary, to the peace conference on the ship.
Okay.
Yeah. Not everybody wants to be transported. It's against their religious beliefs, whatever. I can see that being a thing because of the whole ripping your body apart and basically killing you every time. Yeah. So yeah, diplomatic ferry and shuttle is fine. A lot of the bigger ships wouldn't have like a captain's yacht or something that they could use.
Oh,
they'd have to use a shuttle. So
yeah, fair enough. Sounds good.
All right, so the next picture is just a full orthos, all the views of it. It's a nice stubby little thing. It's so cute.
That front view looks like a chameleon or a lizard almost. How its eyes are.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. It's just so functional, It's just a really... Because it is almost a box, but just the nice curves. It's not just a box. Oh. I like it. I can't help but like it.
It's a sleek box. It's perfect. It's almost a perfect shuttle design.
Yeah. Yeah, although a question. So, in Rick's earlier sketch, said removable warp engines, warp nacelles. That's a big thing, obviously, in all these designs. I mean, and it's so connected by a shoestring that should be able to come right off. How would you have liked to have seen a version of this with the upgrade, with maybe far, far bigger blue grills and a red Bassard as well? How would you like to have seen that version?
I think it would have been cool. Actually, isn't there a version of this in Star Trek Online that has the red Bassard collectors?
Yeah, that's a much sleeker. Yeah, it's a much more curvy version because it's like the upgraded version of this.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I got a Type F, so I don't even know what the shuttles look like. I don't use shuttles really.
No.
So the next shot, we just got a nice interior shot. Nice and roomy, Be good for an 8-hour trip. A drive, so to speak. You got the little... This only has one seat in here.
Yeah.
But
in terms of functionality, I mean, I love the wraparound consoles. I always have.
Yeah.
And they just so nice and simple. And those chairs are pretty comfy. Although I wonder, you got to think, where did they... Because they're still sort of futuristic in a sense. They're very naturally fitting in. But where on earth do they get those chairs? They reupholster them from sort of work chair, or like what are those chairs actually?
Yeah, that's a good question.
What do you think?
They do look like automotive chairs. They really do. They look like they're out of a car.
Or a truck, like one of those truckers. What do you think about the window? Because I love seeing out of windows in shuttles. I absolutely adore it. What do you think of that amount of field of view? How it's separated? I mean, what do you think?
I love it. That's actually that's one thing about the ugly ass shuttle, that bigger one, that I do like, is it's got a full wraparound front window, so there's no obstructions at all. You know the one I'm talking about.
The Edge-Probe one.
No. Yes, the bubble kind of thing.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. This one, you do have the things in the way, but then again, it's very reminiscent of driving a car. So they are kind of oddly placed when you think about it, because it looks like they're right in front of their field of view, based on the seating position. But
I've got to ask then. This is so far in the future. Why is that? Transparent steel, whatever. Or what's the transparent aluminum? Why shouldn't that be one full sheet? Why would they even need to be separate panes of glass?
Exactly. Just for aesthetics, it just looks cool. I don't know. Yeah, it almost doesn't make sense. It should almost all be clear, like a clear canopy around them. That'd be neat.
I mean, it works so well from the outside, but I kind of dig it if obviously Star Trek was made 20 years later. Same thing, but the side two windows were just windows, but the middle one kind of readouts and things, like just put on.
Yeah.
And then it's like you got this, so you need the outside rim as the extra tech to generate those holograms, you know, stably. We'll add something to that, I suppose.
I do have a question. Do you think those side windows roll down at all?
Oh my god, I hope so.
Land on a planet. There's a nice breeze, nice spring breeze.
That'd
just
be
roll
amazing.
the windows down.
That would be amazing.
Let it just air out. Yeah.
Is that a thing though? Do you think they could move?
They wouldn't. I don't know. They wouldn't really be able to like roll down, I guess, because there's only so much room. But it's the future. They can just transport them out. You know, hold them in the transporter buffer till you need them, then put them back. I don't know.
Oh god, I hope so. Someone should do a really awful animation of them like flying like a car and say, "Brandine, lower the window," and just go jo.
Yeah, you have to have an old style crank one though. You can't have like a power window that would just.
But it also squeaks.
Yes. And only goes down halfway, so the kids don't stick their heads out.
Yeah. But the dog's head stick out the other one.
Yeah.
He jumps out and smells the air. Anyway, on to the next photo. This seating plan. Yep. I mean, it really is.
Simple.
Okay. Question. Toilet.
I don't have a toilet in my car when I go on an 8-hour trip.
There you go. That's
of course. How many gas stations are there along the way between Alpha
in
Centauri?
space.
Oh, maybe that's another thing. Maybe there's no transporter on board. I was going to say you could like.
No, there is. I believe there is. I believe there is. I would assume there would be. No, there is because I mean, at least the Voyager version, because Chakotay transports the Kazon dude, the Nog actor, Aaron Eisenberg out.
Yeah.
So at least that version, there is one.
Yeah. I was gonna say maybe they can just transport your stool out of your bowel.
Okay, would you trust
Sorry,
that?
guys.
Would you trust that transporters after 150 years of being in operation? Would you trust them that much?
I don't know. I would assume they know what they're doing by then.
It's like, do you trust a plane? Well, they've been around so long that you know, it's pretty high tech.
Occasionally things happen that are bad.
Yeah. Do you think though, if you know, I love that you countered my toilet point like amazingly well. So do you think this ship is at warp? It detects I don't know what's an Andorian ship, and they say Andorians, can I just use your loo? If I just pop in, just
We need to top up our lithium crystals and use your washroom.
No, but it'd be deuterium, wouldn't it?
Yeah, well, and then they send you over a big key with a big thing attached to it, so you don't steal it or lose it, and you go to the. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, okay, let's talk about the picture. What do you actually think about the space? I mean, would you feel claustrophobic? Do you think it's very functional? I mean, it's very this.
I don't think it's claustrophobic. I think it'd be cool to just me and you go for a little jaunt in this thing. I think that'd be cool. We could hang out in the back, set it on autopilot, just chat. I don't know.
Some Monopoly.
Yeah. Plus, with the ramp and stuff, it's great for transporting down like troops or whatever, because you could like quickly land it and get people off really quick. You don't have to worry about that side door and going single file kind of thing. I like it.
All
right, so the next picture, this is just showing it size wise compared to some other ones, and there's that the one I hate, that personal Type 7 shuttle. That thing's hideous. I've never liked it.
See, I don't know. It's very. I think that now look at that's the true TOS, because it's just a box with warp engines stuck on, like has the length, whereas the TNG one is a more compact machine.
Yeah, and it's got the exact same engines as the ship too, just like the Type F.
Yeah. I like the cargo Type 9 is Rick's sketch. That's awesome. Doesn't look as good though like that. It looks very. Well, it's almost a work bee though, isn't it? It's like an extended work bee.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it, to be perfectly honest. But size-wise, they're all pretty similar in size.
Yeah.
I don't know, that Type 15 shuttle pod is one that I would not want to be in for a long time. That is claustrophobic to me.
At least the Type 16 has a decent window.
Yes, it'll feel a little bit better.
Yeah. No, it's interesting because I mean it really is just these small jumps in size. Because I mean we don't need that much room to have room, if that makes sense. So you've got the single, it's just the sitting space, and then you've got a single room, and then the Type 7 you've got just add an extra two meters, and you've got okay, now you can have a bunk and you can have all this other space.
Yeah. Plus shuttles are, shuttle bays are only certain sizes, so you can you want to keep them roughly the same size, so you can kind of stack them. And
am I crazy though, or does the Type 6 look the most advanced? Am I crazy?
No, you're not. It does look the most advanced.
Yeah, which is strange.
I think it's because it's proportionally right. Like the engines are the right size for it. That Type 7, the engines look a little too small. If they were maybe longer and I don't know, positioned a little differently, they might look better. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. Okay, on to the next photo, which you found, which is a cool little diagram.
Yeah, it's just the LCARS display showing the warp coils and stuff, and I thought it was kind of cool.
And the warp engine, I suppose, is at the bottom underneath the ramp.
Looks like it, yeah. Looks like the warp... It's at the back, yeah.
Cool. Not too much to say, but...
Hover field anti-gravs on the bottom.
Nice.
That's neat. I didn't know they had that. So yeah, that's about it, I guess. And then back to the first picture.
Okay, so closing thoughts, Stuart, on the Type 6 TNG shuttle.
I've got one and you don't. Na 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 na. I can fly. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Barrel roll. Oh my God, we're gonna puke. Oh no, it's great. One of my favorite shuttles, absolutely. Yes.
Yeah, she's a classic. I mean, just from this shot, you can see the controls inside the ship. Love that, and just definitive piece of TNG tech. And it took them 3 attempts to get it right, but they got it right, and it stayed. In Voyager, it's a little bit in DS9. Just a classical ship, and I look forward to getting Rick to come on and talk about it. Be fun.
Yeah,
and all the shuttles.
Full episode will be good on it too, I'm sure.
Yeah. So that is it for this little and cute and sleek, as you said, episode of Trekyards Mission Briefing. If you guys enjoy the show, please click that donate button on our website at trekyards.com if you want to give us a one-time donation, or if you want to be an amazing friend that tunes in weekly, daily even, to our content, then please go over to Patreon, which is a YouTube donation service that if you like YouTubers like us, you want to donate and just support us to keep making the show, because it takes a bit of time and money to make the show, then please go over and support what you can. But until then, next week, this is Commander Cousins.
And me, Captain Foley, and I'm watching you guys go do things.
And we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.